Hey there, LGBT Atlanta. This is Brandon Maddox. Happy Pride season. You may recognize me or remember me as one of the leading organizers behind the Love Under Fire campaign that worked to advance marriage equality here in the state of Georgia between the years of 2012 and 2015. Okay. And I'm here to discuss with you another, touching matter that's just as important to the LGBT community, and that is our failing state of race relations here in our home state, namely here in Atlanta, which is supposed to be gay central. Okay, just a few days ago, I happened upon a video of a church in Tisdale, Pennsylvania, that put on their marquee Black Lives Matter, and that led to a very healthy discussion, dialogue around racism in their fellowship hall, and I applaud them for their initiative to do that as white members of the community taking the initiative. And I've always thought that that should be the case because black people are suffering from a legacy of slavery and racism and continued institutional racism, and for us to reach the hand out or be expected to, I'm all for reconciliation, but expecting us to be the first ones to take the first step is the same as expecting a battered wife to reach out to reconcile with probably her unrepentant abusive husband. Is just, who would expect that to happen? Okay, so I applaud that church in Tisdale, Pennsylvania for doing that. And at any time, LGBT Atlanta could have taken these same initiatives to address our embarrassing state of race relations. In fact, G. Session Smalls, founder of the Gentleman's Ball and co-founder of the Gentleman's Ball and Gentleman's Foundation with his husband Juan Session Smalls, and G and I have met with Jeff Graham of Georgia Equality to start the work in this direction back in July of this year, shortly after the controversies that blew up, off of Blake's in the Park posting a dress code discriminating against urban-esque attire, hence black people. And nearly 3 months later, absolutely nothing has come of it. And ethnocultural divisions in our community is an old story, and this summer Blake's in the Park gave us the perfect opportunity to address this, and we have failed it. These divisions are unnecessary. They're unacceptable and out of us as we try to hold moral superiority over those who would like to discriminate against our entire community. And this is one of the major reasons why LGBT Atlanta, we get our behinds handed to us time and time again whenever the Georgia legislative session when they're in session. And from my involvement, voices within Black LGBT Atlanta, we have done all we could do and be expected to do to attempt to address these fault lines to little or no reciprocation from leaders within LGBT Atlanta who are white. And I just have to take that as the other side not seeing this endeavor as important. Fine. Nor do I see it as important for me to celebrate a facade of community, waving a rainbow when we fail to be a community or be a rainbow. And I'm just not the type to sit there and pretend like poo-poo don't stink. You may, I'm not. And there is a time for compromise and fuzzy niceties and harmonizing on kumbaya, and there also comes a time for cold steel will when it comes to demanding unnecessary change. And I'm producing this video for you to let you know that I'm going cold steel, not out of spite, but out of a decision on what I will not tolerate as a member of LGBT Atlanta. We can, we must, and we will do better. And I draw the line in the sand on this until the powers that be among white LGBT Atlanta feel the need to address this concern as well or better than Black LGBT Atlanta has. I'll have no part of your pride. Just like we have stonewalled the movie Stonewall for misrepresentation of history, we can stonewall Atlanta Pride 2015 for misrepresentation of community and hold ourselves to a higher standard. I am making this a silent protest by simply not attending any venues related to Atlanta Pride this week or weekend, and I encourage any of us also willing to demand better out of us to do the same until we feel the need to get it together. It's the easiest protest anyone can participate in. You can just sit home or just decide to do something else. There's always something going on in Atlanta that you can get involved in. It might save you money too, and which you can donate to the AIDS Walk that's coming up a little later on this month. Instead, because at least HIV and AIDS does not discriminate. And with that, I'd just like to leave a quote that one of the great men that I study, James Baldwin, he said this: "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." And so for this suggestion that we engage in this silent protest, that is what I'm suggesting, that we begin to face this, that we begin to have healthy dialogue, that we use that dialogue to lead into solutions and programs and initiatives that we can work on together to make LGBT Atlanta a place to live in, to thrive and work in for all LGBT Atlanta. And I will not tolerate anything less. Thank you, and I love you.